Hi everyone. In the last video we have covered the loops and loop control statements where we have seen while loops, for loops, nested loop. Along with that we have also seen some statements, break statement, continue statement and pass statements. Now in this video we are going to cover string in Python. We will see how to concatenate two strings, how to do slicing on strings, string formattings and some string important methods. So without doing further delay, let's get into this. Now guys, you can see that I am in PyCharm and I have already created a file L7 which because this is our lecture 7. So let's write here lecture 7 and comment this one. Now first of all guys, we are going to see string concatenation. So let me write here concatenation in string and comment this one and keep it as center. Now guys, let's understand first of all what is concatenation. So guys, concatenation means we have to combine two string and form a new string, right? Before that, you have to keep one thing in mind that string is always immutable. Let me keep it at most. String is immutable. What does it mean? Immutable means you can't modify a string. You can't delete a particular character from a string. You can't remove that. You can't change that. So string is immutable. So now let's concatenate two strings. So I'm taking here two variables. First name, which would be stored code wrapped, and last name, which I am going to give is coder, right? So now I want to concatenate these two strings and I want my result should be like code wrapped and coder. So how would you do that? So I will say my name now should be first name plus last name. I have used a plus operator. Now guys, in Python, plus operator between two string work as concatenation. If you use between two string plus, that means you are concatenating those two string. Now if you will see that, okay, I have used plus operator, what it will do? It will concatenate this string and this string. Let me write this string here and this one also. I will do this one. I will put here one semicolon. So now what it is doing? It is concatenating these two strings. So the result it is giving us is code wrapped coder. But we don't want, we want that one gap should be there. So what I'll do, I will say that okay, again plus operator and I am giving here one gap. Basically now I am using three string here. First string this one which is storing code wrapped, second string is an empty one space string, and third string is coder. So now what it is doing, I have given one string again and I have done this plus operator. Now it will add this blank statement also into this. So this is how we can do concatenation in string. So if I print name into my output screen, so let's see how it will show. You can see that we got our code wrapped coder. I hope you got idea that plus operator is used for concatenations. So now one thing guys, if you want to repeat the same characters, like I have here name which is code wrapped, and let me comment this thing, and if I want to print code wrapped two times, code wrapped, just now I have told you that you can use a plus operator. You can say the print name plus name, it will print that. Let's run this one. You can see that it printed, but I can also do using multiplication operator too. So if I use multiply and I write here 2, what it will do, it will multiply this string by 2. So let's run this one. You can see that we got same output. So we can use a multiplication operator when we want the same string to be repeat. So I hope you understood that we can concatenate strings using plus operator if we want to add some other string into it, and if we want to repeat that same string we can use a multiplication operator as well. So let me comment this one and write here using star operator. Alright. So now guys, I hope you understood that how to concatenate two strings in Python. Now let's move to the second thing, which is slicing in strings. So guys, let's write here first of all slicing in string. Now guys, what is slicing in strings? Basically, when you want some part of a string, that is called a slicing. You want to get a substring from a string, that also can be done using a slicing. So let me do here with an example of code wrap only. So let me write here name is equal to code wrap. Now guys, I have this string, but I want to show my this der only to the screen. But how can I do that? So guys, in my lecture second, I have already told you that how to do indexes in strings. There I told you how to you can get to a particular index using a index value, and we have two value, positive index as well as negative index. So if you haven't seen that video, you may find the link of that video in description as well. So now let's move to the slicing. First of all, let me show you how to do a slicing, then I will show you how it actually work. So I'm writing a print name, and inside of name I will put a square bracket, and after that I will say here d is at a second index, so I will say 2, and r is at a fourth index. I am not going to give 4 because we know that slicing take a one parameter ahead, so I am going to give it a 5. So now it will go 2 to 4, it will not take 5 because we already have seen these things in range function as well. So if I run this code, then you will see that we will get a der output. Let's run this one. You can see that, but how it is working? So let's move to our slide and see how does it actually work. Now guys, you can see that here we have written code wrapped. This is my string actual. Let me take this pen. So this is my actual string code wrap, and here I want to print that der. So for that, what I did, in square bracket I just write a square bracket, and inside of that square bracket I have just write the index where the my d start. So d start at 2 index, so I write that index. After that I put a colon. Now till where I want to till r, but for that you know that if we write here 4 only, then it will take 2 to 3, it will not going to consider this 4 value. So for that we have to give one value ahead of it, so I will say 5. So now it will go 2 to 4, so it will go 2 to 4, that means it will going to print der, and that is we want. So I hope you got idea how does der working. Now let's say I want to print this rapet, and how will I print that? You guys know that. If you know that, write in the comment sections. I want to know that how many people has actually got an idea that how to print der, because it is similar to that. So I believe most of you have already commented the answers. So let me tell you now. You know that r is starting at index 4, so I can say 4. So let me put a square bracket here, and after that I will say 4. After 4 I will be going till 7, so I can't write 7, so I will write here 8, and I will close that square bracket. So now this will going to print me wrapped, and this is just we have used a positive index. We can also use a negative index as well. So let's say I want to print again der, but using a negative index. So guys, for negative index you know that we want to go d to r, so we have to write -6, right? And -6 2, I can't write -4. If we will write -4, definitely it's going to print till -5, and here we will get only de as an output. So I will write here -3, and this will also give me a same result. Similarly, if I want to print wrapped using negative index, I can say that my r is starting at negative -4 index. I can't write here -1 because we know that we want t as an output, so I will say 0, and then I will close that bracket. So now I have already shown you in my code that how to print der as a positive index. Let me show you with a negative index, and I believe you will do it wrapped also by using this index. Alright guys, so let's move to PyCharm. So guys, now here I'm going to print you with a negative index as well. Print name. I have already tell you that I will go till -6 to -3, which means it will going to print again der, but using a negative index. Let's run this one, and you guys can see that we got same output. So I hope now you can also write your wrapped also using positive index and negative index. And this is your task. You have to write in comment section, not in any extra files. Just write in comment sections how to print wrapped in positive as well as negative index. So now guys, I hope now you have done slicing. Let me give you one task here. Task 1. Now onwards I will be giving you everyday tasks because we have done the basics. Now you can't say that we don't know Python, how can we do the task. So the first task is you have to print a string in reverse order. Like code rep should be print like T P A R E D O C. I want this output on the screen. And how you can do that, I don't know, but I will give you an idea that how to print coder in a backward. So let me write here print name. Now you guys know that we want to get backward position. So what I will do, I will give the E position first. So E stand at which position? Negative index. Tell me which negative index E is. This T is -1, P -2, A -3, R -4, E is -5. So I want my 5 index 2. C is having -8 index. So I want minus till -9. And I will say that go in reverse order -1. Now you have to go in reverse order. So let me print and comment this one. You can see that we got our output. It printed code into reverse order. You can see that EDOC. Now similarly you have to print me whole this string in reverse order. So I hope now you understood what's your task. You have to print me this string in reverse order. That's your task, today task. So guys, we have understood what is slicing strings. Let's move ahead. Let's understand what is string formatting. Let me write here first of all string formatting. And let me comment that and write in a center, and let me comment this whole line also. So guys, for string formatting means firstly we have seen how to add two strings. Now if let's say I have name code wrapped and age is equal to 19. So let's say I have these two things. So now if I want to add these two things, we can't add with plus operators because we know that one variable is a string and other variable is an integer. So for that you can use formatting also. So let me show you how. Let's say let me print that print. Now guys, for formatting you have three functions. First function is format. You can use format function, and let me comment this one. So for that let me show you how you can do that. You can give string, after that you can give here two curly braces because we want two things, and I am giving here name is equal to where you want the value, there you can give an index also 0. After that I want age, so here I will give first index. So here I am going to write a format function, and here I will give those my variables name and age. I put name at a first position because I have used 0, that means first position, and here I have used 1 inside of curly braces, that means second position. So let me run this code and see what the output we are getting. We are getting name is equal to code rep, age is equal to 19. So we have successfully concatenated two strings. That is called string formatting. Now guys, it is not necessary to give 0. You can write here directly this curly braces. If you do this, definitely it's going to understand that we have to write something on this place and this place also. Let me run this one. You can see that we got same output. Now here you can also assign your variable something. Let's say first, and here you can say second. And after that here you can say that my first is equal to name, and let me cut this block, and second variable would be my age. So this one will also give you same output. Let's run this one, and you can see that we got the same output. So now I hope you understood what is the format function and how does it work. So let's comment this one and move to the next function, which we can also use f string. F string is basically I prefer always instead of format function. Now here you can just write a simple f in front of strings. After that you have to just give your name. If I want to use my name, then you have to give just this variable name inside of this curly braces. Then age is equal to, in curly braces I am going to give my variable name. If I run this code, I will getting the same output, nothing changed, and it look like very easy instead of this format. So guys, we have seen the format function, and after that we have seen f string. Let me write here. Now you can use one more function, which is join, to concatenate two strings. So join function basically what it do, let me write first of all print. Here I am saying that I have this code wrapped and 19. So I am saying that just write here dot join. After that use a list. Inside of that give you a variable name and age. What it will do, it will not give any gap. Instead of that it will just join that, like we have done in plus operators. You can, if you remember here, we have used this plus operator. Same it work here. If you give nothing here in this string, it will not gonna take anything. It will join without a gap. So guys, before running that, but I want to tell you, if that value is an integer, it's not gonna to print that. It will give an error. Let's see what error we will get. You can see that. You can see here we got int found, but it expected str string. So guys, here you have to give all the variable whichever you are presenting in this list, that must be a string variable. So here I have to write str, which is typecasting. We have already seen in our last videos that how to do typecasting. So let me run down this code, and you can see that we got output code rep 19. I hope you understood that what is join function, what is fstring, what is format. So we have done string formatting as well. So now our last step is string methods. And guys, believe me, there are more than 20 string methods in the Python. So we are not going to cover all of them because all of them are also not necessary. So guys, we are going to understand some important string methods in these videos, which you may need in your further competitive coding as well as in your programming language. So let's understand what are the important string methods. So let me comment this one. Let's move on this one. Now let's move to our string methods. Guys, here I'm writing a string method and comment this one, and I'm keeping it as center. Now guys, the first function which we are going to see is lower. What does basically this function do? This function give you an all the strings in lowercase characters. Let me comment this one and use that. Let's make a string again code wrapped. I'm going to use here code wrapped again and again. I'm going to say that first of all let me print a name, and let me run this code. You guys can see that I code output same as this code wrap, but I want that output should be in all the lowercase characters. So I can say that print name dot lower. What it will do, it will make the string in lowercase character. So let me run this code. You can see that first output is we have actually whatever we have given to it, but the next output is it converted all that characters into lowercase. I hope you understood what is lower functions. So now let's see what is upper function. I hope now you got an idea. If lower function make all the character in lowercase, that means upper function will make the characters in uppercase. So let me print again name and print name dot upper, and let me comment these two lines. So let's run this code. You can see that the first string which we printed is exactly same we have given, but the second string is upper. All the characters are upper. So now guys, I hope you understood what is upper functions and lower functions. So now let's move to the third function, which is capitalize. So guys, here I will take a new variable which is text. So guys, here I am going to write today is rainy day, right? So now if I say here print text, it will gonna print me same today is a rainy day. You can see here. But if I use here capitalize function print text dot capitalize, and if I run this code, you can see that we got output today is a rainy day, but T is a capital. It makes the first character as a capital of the sentence. So now I hope you understood what capitalize function do. Instead of that, if I use a title, let's say fourth function is a title, and if I just copy all this thing and paste here, and let me comment this 3 line and this one as well. Now if I just use instead of capitalize title, let's run this one, and you can see that we got T capital, and in is word we got I capital, in rainy word we got R capital, and in day word we got D capital. Let's comment this one and move to the other function. Fifth function is lower. This function basically check that whether your string has all the characters in lowercase or not. So let me write here one value. Let me say string is hello. So here you know that H is capital. So if say string dot is lower, so if I run this code, before that I have to comment this one. So if I run this code, you guys can see that I got false output. That means no, all the character in a string is not lowercase. So if I just write here H small, if I run this code now, you can see that I got true output. I hope you understood what does isLower function do. It returns basically a true or false boolean value according to the strings. If string has all the character lowercase, then it's going to print as true, otherwise it will return false. Now let's move to the shift function, which is upper, and that function basically means it will going to check whether every character in the string is uppercase or not. So if I write here is upper, and if I run this code, so before that let me comment this 2 line of code, and now if I run this code, you guys can see that I got false because every character in this string are not uppercase. So let me make it upper. Now if I run this code, I will get true. I hope now you understood that what is it our function do. Now let's comment this one and move to the some other functions. Let me write here a 7th function, which is starts with. So if I say that my string is name, again I'm saying the code wrapped. So if I say print name is starts with code, it will give us a true value. You can see that our name is starting with code. It basically here we have to give a substring of our name variable, and it will check that whether the substring is coming as start position or not. If I write here, let's say wrapped only, you can see that wrapped is not going to start this string. Either you can write C, either you can write co, either you can write code, but wrapped is not going to start this string. Wrapped is basically present between the string, so it will going to return as a false. Let's run this one. Fine. But if instead of that, if I write only C also, you can see that C is starting the string, so it will give us a true. Basically what this function is means that it will going to check whether this substring, whatever we have present here, is coming at the starting of the string or not. If it is coming, that means you will get a true output, otherwise you will get a false output. Similarly, there is a function which is ends with. Print name dot ends with, and let me comment this one. Here you have an idea that if this starts with function check from starting, then it will going to check from end. If I write here wrapped, then you know that it will going to return true, because we know that wrapped is at an end position. It is ending the basically string. So if I run this code, I will go true. But if I write here code, you guys can see that code is not ending this string. So if I run this one, I will get a false. So I hope now you understood what it starts with, what it ends with. So basically these are some basic methods of strings I want to cover in this video. I believe you understood all the methods in the strings. If you have any doubt, you may write in the comment section. I will definitely reach to you. So guys, if you like this video, give a thumbs up to this video and subscribe my channel. Meet you next video. Thank you.